Let's can some salsa with vegetables from the garden. I saw Brooke Morgan from Seed to Plate make this salsa ranchera, and I wanted to make it too. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional canner and I don't know a whole lot what I'm doing, so you're gonna see me make some mistakes. The recipe called for 3 pounds of tomatoes and 3/4 of a pound of jalapenos, but I made it 1 pound of jalapenos to make it spicier. Now, this is only my second time canning ever, so I'm definitely still learning, and I'm gathering that the general concept of canning salsa is making salsa, but following a recipe that is safe and has been tested for the correct pH levels, essentially. Now I'm just putting all the vegetables on a baking sheet so I can put them in the oven to roast them before I blend them up and start canning them. I'm also adding in some guajillo chiles, but taking out the seeds. Now, I personally don't like the taste of lemon juice or vinegar in my salsa. I like it really aggressively, just brutally spicy, but I get it. It has to be safe. I'm also just doing a small batch in case I mess anything up, so that way I don't waste a whole ton of produce. And I'm very likely to mess something up because this is just how I learn. I learn by doing, not by following a recipe. I follow recipes best I can, but somehow, like just reading a recipe, it doesn't stick to me. I have to physically do it with my hands, make the mistakes, and then be like, oh, that was wrong, or that was nasty, or let me not do that again, for me to learn. And then funnily enough, with that new experience, I can go back and look at the recipe and be like, oh, that's what they meant by that. You'll notice I forgot to take off the skins of my tomatoes. I intentionally left the skins and the seeds of the jalapenos because I like that. I did go back and take out the skins. You can see right here once I realized that I had forgotten. Now, what's the deal with that anyways? Is it just a preference? Because I don't mind skin in my salsa. So is that like a safety thing or is that just a preference thing? Why are we taking out the skins? And then I decided to add an extra step of blending it all together because I like a more finer salsa, kind of chunky, but mostly fine. The recipe said this was enough for 4 16-ounce jars. It only made exactly 3. When I thought, what the heck, and I went back and looked at the recipe, just like I was saying earlier, I realized that it meant 4 pounds of cored tomatoes. So it would make sense why I'm 1 jar short. Alas, it's time to can. I put them in the water bath canner, took them out, heard all 3 pop, which is a really fun part of the experience. And this was actually all a lot of work for only 3 jars of salsa, but instead of looking at it that way, I look at it like the experience was worth it, the practice was worth it, and just preserving up my garden harvest is worth it to me. The world of preserving is a new one to me, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I did already taste the salsa, and I think it's really good. A little bit spicy. I can taste the lemon, which I said I'm not a fan of, but I get it. So overall, I love this recipe.